Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Capricorn? 10 of Cups in reverse, Pisces energy at the foundation of the reading, Cap. I feel like you're starting to develop a new belief in yourself, to really start loving on yourself more, ridding yourself of any sort of negative self-talk here. And I feel that this is all a result of some sort of cords that you're cutting with individuals in your life. It could be behavioral patterns. Again, it could be the negative self-talk, but there's something here that's taking place or has already taken place. For most of you, this is happening right now. It's an energy of really just starting to have a whole different perception of reality and the life you're living. I feel that you're starting to recognize you've been on a path that is misaligned with the values that you actually want to hold for yourself. You have this vision, you have this idea of the person you want to become, but for some reason, it's like you've been entertaining energies that have been working against this. So to put this into a very general, very basic example, it would be you striving for something, but you surround yourself with people that don't encourage you to strive for this particular thing. In fact, they do more harm than good. They instill a lot of self-doubt, seeds that come up for review when you need all of your confidence to help push you through to the other side. All of a sudden, you're flooded with self-doubt. You can hear these people's voices echoing inside your mind, inside your head, like a broken record, and you give up. This is what you're overcoming now, Cap. I feel it so strongly inside your energy. For a lot of you, this could be family members, it could be longtime friends, just overall, it's individuals that do not serve your highest good and purpose. Some of you could be getting out of marriages that have done nothing but hold you back from your true happiness. But you entered into these marriages or connections. It could even simply be any sort of partnership. But it's like you entered into these connections to fill a void in your life, only to realize they've done more damage than good, Cap. But fear not. This is aligning perfectly with the astrology, Cap. And if this is the way you're feeling, well, you're right on time. You're right on target. Because this is a blanketed energy that is showing up in all the zodiac signs, maybe just slightly different. But this is an energy of you stepping into a new sense of self-empowerment. And it's all based off of self-love. The love of self as a means to achieve your highest potential, Cap. What do we have at the sacral, please? Oh, wow. What a card to follow everything I just said. The Tower, Aries energy at the sacral, and the Tower is all about you bringing a destruction to any sort of false securities, false relationships, false ideas of who you think you are or what other people think you should be. This is done for now. This is a complete upheaval taking place in many areas of your life, I feel, Cap, but this is to get you to the next level in the game. See, you're essentially this tower busting through the foundation, ascending, elevating, entering into the new level in the game. And all those people, belief systems are being left behind, being left in the rubble, so to speak. I feel that there was a point in your life, Cap, where you feared this sort of change coming through. I think you thought about this, but it was almost like you would avert any sort of disastrous energies coming through because, well, you were scared. You had a sense of fear, but this was all based off of these individuals that were running this cycle with you, or this was based off of some sort of negative self-talk, or it was based off of you not truly believing that you can pull off whatever it is you're trying to achieve here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a specific thing. It can be you just achieving happiness, real happiness in your life that is based off of the standard that is stabilized in this vision you have. That vision, it's a true heart's desire, Cap. We all have that implanted into us before we even incarnate into this life cycle. That's all a part of our purpose. It's all a part of our destiny. It's part of our mission. I feel you getting closer to this energy. See, life is a very complicated set of circumstances that wants to keep us away from achieving this energy of stepping into our purpose. This is all a byproduct of this matrix that we live in, this disruption that's all around us that doesn't allow us to see this higher perspective over our lives. It wants to keep us in a very low vibration, an energy where we have no foresight. We can't see the wider scope. And I feel that in your life, Cap, this is increased as the years have pressed on. And this is what you've had illuminated to you now. You're starting to see the truth around the energy or the energies that have been holding you back. Again, whether it's literal people or it's you holding yourself back based off of this negative belief that you have in yourself that could quite possibly be the result of some sort of projection that you've picked up from another individual somewhere on your path. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? The Fool at the solar plexus, Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. There's a whole new beginning here, Cap. It's like your life is not going to look the same a couple months from now. I feel it. This Knight of Swords at the heart, this is representing you going after this true heart's desire. This is you running after your purpose, charging head on into it, because you're starting to see things clearly now that this was some sort of bamboozling that's taken place in your life, so you wouldn't feel confident enough to go after whatever this represents here. This Fool at the solar plexus, this is you having enough confidence to actually take this leap of faith. It's an energy that's also very spontaneous in nature. So again, I feel that this isn't far off unless it's already started to unfold in your life. But there's this great change. There's this new beginning that's coming through for you. And this is all the result of this destruction that the divine is bringing to your life in the area of your belief systems, your connections, the people that you've always thought supported you. It's just a complete destruction of this false sense of security as a means to clear the path for you to step into your purpose and start heading towards your destiny. In other words, Cap, you're on path to fulfilling your mission in this lifetime. This is what this is all about. You're meant to be somewhere at a specific time, which is just another way of speaking about your vibration. In my readings, I always talk about how the divine needs us in a very specific allocated position in the universe, which is just me saying that the divine needs you in a very specific vibration so they can utilize you in your divine purpose to fulfill this mission. You become a vessel, essentially a kind of prophet, so to speak, fulfilling, living out this dream, this true heart's desire, is all connected to your purpose, your mission, your destiny. It's all essentially the same thing. All of those things lead to the next. But first, you need to have a new belief in yourself that you can pull this off no matter what comes on your path. Too many cards. So really, what this is, oh, wow, no matter what comes on your path is right. 5 of Swords at the throat. Another message that's been coming up in the readings for the past few weeks is turning your failures into success. And what I mean by this is when you fail, rather than giving up, looking at it as narrowing the path to your desired outcome. So in other words, use failure like it's a mathematical equation. You've subtracted one of your options, and now you have less to pick from. And if you fail again, well, you're in an even better position. See, you need to rewrite your mindset surrounding failure. And this is also an energy that's coming up in just about all the zodiac signs. Changing your mindset surrounding failure. See, Cap, you've been surrounded by energies that want you to give up if you fail at something because they don't actually want to see you succeed. You have to remember that a lot of these energies you've been dealing with would rather try and stop you from succeeding than focusing on themselves and putting in all the work to get to where you are. It's just an energy of sabotage. You know, I'll never understand the mind of these people, and I'm not going to try to. But what it really comes down to, Cap, is they've chosen a different path from us. You're on a path to greatness and achieving your true heart's desires. And unfortunately, when you're on a path to greatness, there's going to be an opposing force that comes against you. So try and remember that every time you feel this resistance, it's because of where you're going. So your haters, your enemies, are just a further indication of the greatness that you have the potential to succeed at in your life. See, these individuals think that they can disempower you. They've been very arrogant up until this point, Cap, because you haven't really been seeing things from this higher vantage point. And you've been stuck in this cycle of allowing your failures or your missteps to consume you. But I promise you, Cap, that once you look at it from this perspective that we are channeling through to you right now and you change your mindset, your life moving forward will never be the same. You'll leave these individuals in a state of shock and awe. Because this is you literally getting the keys to the streets. Rewrite your story, Cap. Change your mindsets. Remove the chains that bind, and you will leave your enemies frozen. Frozen in time, being forced to stare at themselves in the mirror and be consumed with the reality that all of their time and energy has been misdirected into trying to stifle and stagnate other people on their paths. Oh, wow, the way that card just popped up like that. 5 of Pentacles, and there they are. See, in this 5 of Swords, it's right there at the throat. So this is all that negative self-talk, or these projections. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the third eye. So your third eye is going to be related to your reality, how you're perceiving the world, which I feel this is you perceiving these individuals now. There's also an energy here of their perception, so we're getting a double message here. There's just an overall energy here of these individuals going from feeling like they're big and bad and disempowering you to you changing your mindset and your perception on your reality to now these individuals feeling sorry for themselves, being left out in the cold, not looking so tough anymore. 55. Things are about to look very different than they once did in your life, Cap. This is a complete reality shift taking place here. Your intentions are being taken very seriously right now, Cap. So be very mindful with where you're putting them. Cap, I want you to lie in meditation with your hands over your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. And I want you to repeat the mantra, I am ready for what's next. Get in a habit of doing this, Cap, every day until you are in this energy. And you're going to look back and it's going to seem like it happened in a blink of an eye. And I feel this very close for you, Cap. In fact, I feel a big change coming through. This feels to me 5 months. I feel something towards the beginning of next year. I feel that there's going to be a lot of change taking place in your life from now until the end of the year. The wheels are turning. But let's say this time next year, you will look back and you'll be on a completely different timeline if you follow the steps that we're outlining right here. This energy is very much available to you. What do we have with the crown, please? And there it is, Six of Swords. What a card to follow what I just said. Transitioning on, right there at the crown. This is what happens if you follow everything that we're outlining in this reading for you. This is a rite of passage. You've worked very hard to get here, Cap. This is you moving beyond any sort of pain that this cycle has brought into your life. The opportunity and the support from the divine is here for you, Cap. All you need to do is set your intentions and start putting one foot in front of the other and allowing this energy, which is in the ethers for you right now, which means you have access to it. So you need to bring this down, as above, so below, into your reality. It's as if this timeline, this possibility, is floating around in the ethers. When you set your intention, it sets its sights on you as its intended target, and it starts making its way into your life. Aquarius energy with that Six of Swords. 5, 5, 6. There's also a message here around planning for this as well, Cap. Something with finances. Just really look at the reality of this situation and start putting together a plan. And I feel when you start putting the plan together, you'll find that things are just developing much more easier than they would have, say, in the past. It's as if you're able to get yourself out of this situation. There's a higher power working in your life, but you must put the plan together, which is essentially a part of your intention. They kind of go hand in hand here. What do we have at the foundation, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the foundation, please? Queen of Wands, Paimon, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. I feel that this is representing the opposing energy. It's this very domineering, very aggressive kind of energy that you're dealing with here. I feel that this is just representing you starting to see this person's true colors. It's as if you start putting a plan in place and you just start to see this person in a different light. They just start reacting and responding. It's like your desire and your drive to really start bringing these changes into your life, however this shows up for you, awakens or unmasks the demon that they've always had inside of them, right? It's like they have this possession inside of them. It's like a spirit's possessed this individual or individuals. And as soon as that spirit, that demon, isn't able to get what it wants out of you, it tries to leave its host, its vessel, which are these people you're dealing with. So you start to see these people, these energies in a way that you haven't seen them before. This is just a detailed way of saying that the curtain's being ripped back. You're just starting to see these people for who they really are, Cap. And it's your happiness and drive that exposes this. What do we have? The sacral, please? Wow. Queen of Swords and Threlephus. And whenever I get this card, see, it's a donkey holding up peacock feathers, right? See, this donkey is telling everybody that these peacock feathers are growing out of their back. Yes, I'm a peacock donkey. I'm one of a kind. This is representative of these people. This is representing these people. It's the energy of like a pathological liar, which is the Queen of Swords in its negative polarity. And I read these cards as negative polarities. These are the demons in your life. So Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, back to back in their negative polarity. Very cold, very domineering, pathological liar or liars. Take it as it fits, but it's essentially just a energy of this illusion that's being dissolved in your life. And see, a lot of the time, well, I would go as far as saying 100% of the time, when you really start self-empowering and you start stepping into the best version of yourself, you start to see people's true colors. Because unfortunately, there's very few people, if any, that will support this. See, we live in a world where people are threatened by those who are striving for better, striving for greatness. We live in a world full of narcissists, which are just the demons of the world. They're possessed. They don't want to see people doing great. Or, well, not better than them. See, because a lot of the time narcissists will act like they support you, and they may, but there's a limit to it. You try to surpass where they're at, well, then you're in for it. Then they have a problem with you. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. Oh, that card really flew out. What is that? Eight of Swords, folklore, unbelievable. This is you breaking free. It's like this energy of, it's like an energetic prison that you've been in. This is representing you breaking out of this karmic cycle, Gemini energy with this Eight of Swords, energy of complete freedom and liberation right underneath this Fool at the solar plexus. Further reiterating what I was saying about you gaining access to the keys to the street, right? It's like the keys to this, let's just say, cell, right? This confinement you've been in. You haven't been able to grow beyond a certain point. It's like an energy of knowing that there's something out there greater, something out there better, but you're being held back by your environment and the people in it. What do we have at the heart, please? Ooh. Glacea labalis. Black magic. I just heard word witchery, which goes along with what I was saying right here. Five of Swords at the throat. See, word witchery is a form of black magic, okay? Negative self-talk is you programming your own mind that you can't do something or you are a certain way. But for you, this is all the result of a negative projection that you've picked up on your path. So you can see how these negative projections turn into you self-sabotaging, right? Very complex energy that plays out over a very long period of time. So this could be something you picked up, let's say, for example, in your childhood, that you weren't going to be able to achieve something. So you've held on to this projection for your entire life. You get into your adult age and you start to realize, you know what? I can pull that off. So you start breaking out of this mindset, this negative self-talk. You start rewriting your belief in yourself. And this results in this energy being exposed in some capacity, which causes these cords that they have attached to you to start dissolving, which in turn starts to expose the demons that they have within. And you're like, oh my God, can't believe I didn't see this years ago. These people are all possessed. So, coming back to what it says on this card, black magic, people don't have to sit around on a pentagram and chant spells and sacrifice animals to do black magic on you, Cap. Okay? Sure. That can most definitely happen in this day and age. It most definitely is. It's all over the world. But what we're picking up here, I feel, is much more sinister because it flies off the radar. Word witchery. The negative self-talk. It's right in front of your face, but you can't recognize it for what it really is. Any individuals who hold this energy in your life, Cap, you need to get away from, and very quickly. These people do not change, and until you stop engaging with these individuals, you will never, ever achieve your highest potential. Surround yourself with supportive energies or no energies at all. Okay? And if that's what it comes down to, and you have to walk the path like a lone soldier for a little while, just know there's a bigger purpose. And eventually, you will come in contact with your tribe, Cap. And then we have Nethea, the magician, spiritual wisdom. Yes, everything we're speaking of here is most definitely just that, spiritual wisdom, Cap. This is an energy of your visions becoming your reality, and you moving very quickly towards them at the heart, your true heart's desire, these visions that you've always had for yourself becoming the reality that you exist in. You aligning with that timeline, standing directly in your power and purpose, growing your wings. and heading towards your destiny. The Magician is also an energy of you creating your own universe, Cap. So this is really what this is. You're rewriting your story. The story that you were always meant to have. In fact, they rewrote your story. But this was always meant to happen, Cap. You had to wake up to your power and your potential, and this was the way it had to happen. This was the way it had to go down in order for this to take place. And there's another message here surrounding meditation. But this is you achieving your goals, Cap. Knight of Swords, right above the Magician. Knight of Swords is all about lifestyle changes, and the Magician is you turning your visions into reality. Turning your true heart's desires into your reality. Bringing this change into your life. What do we have at the throat, please? The Moon, Gabriel, Pisces energy at the throat. God is my strength. Divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. There's a lot of messages coming to you in your dreams right now. You're not meant to really understand what they mean, but just try and remember them when you wake up. And then they'll bury themselves on a subconscious layer, and then you'll just start getting messages based off of those dreams. You won't even really realize what's going on, but all of a sudden you'll just have the answers. You'll know which way to move in specific areas of your life that have to do with this cycle that you're navigating through. It's like you're starting to look at the mechanics of your life. You start to see all this, right? This Five of Swords energy. And instead of allowing it to affect you negatively, now you're kind of standing back and you're like, I see where this is happening. Well played, universe. Well played. Right? It's like an energy of you being awoken to this. Two of Swords, Libra energy, Annuel. At the third eye. God, Lord of all virtues, breaking the circle, lifts opposing barriers, brings victory. So this is you now, right? Carving yourself out of this karmic cycle. It's like you trade places. They were in this energy of trying to disempower you. You outsmart them at their own game, which puts them in this energy of being left out in the cold, essentially an energy of being driven into poverty in many areas of their life, however that shows up for your particular situation. And now you grow your wings and you step into the new timeline. Libra energy with that Two of Swords. Energy of making a decision. Making the decision to step into your power. And then boom, what a way to end. Page of Swords. Ha-ha-ia. God, the refuge, governs dreams and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. See, and now here they are, right? They can't even say anything because they don't have access to you. And then here you are. It's like you're on the cover of a poster or a magazine, right? And this is just representing you having stepped into your power, and now they have to watch. There's a lot of gossip surrounding you right now, Cap, and this all has to do with you truly stepping into your power. I feel like these energies here are trying to get people to look down on you, and I feel like people are starting to see them for who they really are now. This is all a part of their karma. They try to use the same tactics against you, only to have this backfire on them, and people start to look at them kind of sideways. People are starting to look at these individuals as the blockages to your evolution, that they are to blame for you not getting to this energy that you're stepping into sooner. They were the blockages in your life. But the beautiful thing about your energy is, Cap, even though that may be true, you're actually taking responsibility for yourself, which is definitely the way to go. You don't blame anybody but yourself because you allowed yourself to be engaged in these cycles, even though you had no idea what was taking place. You're still taking responsibility, and this is what sets you aside from the rest of them. And this in and of itself is what's allowing you to access these keys, because this means that you're not holding on to resentment and bitterness. It's a form of forgiveness. You get it, Cap. And you're not really concerned with holding on to any energies that have to do with these past cycles. You're just looking forward to pressing forward and stepping into this new timeline, which is here for you now. You just have to pull it down from the ethers, Cap. Throw your fishing line up into the ethers and start reeling it in. Cap, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Cap. Take care.